Welcome to Commander Tilt. My name is Clark. Let me tell you just a little bit about my channel. I do custom commander decks, and I like to play them against themselves in a bracket-style competition. All of my decks are budget, and they are focused. The point of the competition is to see which decks do the best, and just a chance to practice them and play them and see what the synergies are inside the decks. A little bit more about my channel. I've watched many Commander gameplay channels, and one of the things that frustrates me is when I watch a channel and I can see that they're playing cards, but I can't tell what the cards are, and then they flash it up on the screen, and it's a little tiny image about this big, and I still can't tell what it is. So one of the anchors of my show is I like to have the cards big and giant on the screen so you can see what they are. Another note, I personally have 5 kids. I don't have a lot of free time, so you will find that my videos are not particularly long. You look at some other Commander podcasts, and I like Commander podcasts, but I usually have 3 hours to dedicate to watching a video. So my channel most of my videos are 30 minutes or less, and that's on purpose because I'm trying to give you quick content without bogging you down. Now, this is the finals of this particular bracket. Remember, I do a bracket-style competition, so this is the finals. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, then it's kind of spoiler alert. You'll know who wins because you'll see who's in the finals. So, but it's not a big deal. It's still Commander gameplay, and some of those back videos are so fun. They have some great interactions and some fun cards getting played. This competition is Phelddagrif versus Zada Grinder. And if you watched the last video, you know Zada came out to a quick lead. She took the first game, so now it is 1-0. Phelddagrif has to win this game to continue on to a bet, because it's a best of 3. Phelddagrif has to win today, or Zada will take the championship. Don't know what's going to happen today, but I am excited, so let's get into the hands. Zada Grinder's opening hand included Accelerate, Impact Tremors, Dragon Fodder, Iron Mirror, and 3 Mountains. Phelddagrif's opening hand was Mind Unbound, Teferi's Moat, Temple Bell, Soul Ring, Croson Verge, Meandering River, and Plains. And I usually don't pause here, but just as a quick note, when I went to draw this hand, I thought to myself, Phelddagrif has got to get some kind of defense in his opening draw. I had to get Teferi's Moat or Island Sanctuary or one of the other defenses. I had to have that, as well as 3 mana. So I was so excited. This was the first draw, and I was really excited because this was a fantastic opening draw. It had the Teferi's Moat, which is the protection I was hoping for, Soul Ring, which is ramp, and then all 3 colors in the opening hand. So this was a fantastic opening hand. Another quick note about this video today, I usually record everything in 1080p, but I recently had a Zoom meeting and it was causing my computer to lag a little bit, and so I downgraded down to 480, and then I forgot to push it back up again. So you're going to see the quality of the actual game feed is significantly less than I'm usually accustomed to, and honestly, I'm disappointed in myself that I forgot to change the setting. I never, ever want to put out a video like this that is such poor quality. However, man, this game was such a fantastic game that I didn't want to try to re-record it or just record a brand new video. And so I kind of figured the overlays and the audio that I put together are going to offset the fact that this is a lower quality video. And for that, I do sincerely apologize. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Phelddagrif won the die roll, so let's get started.
This is Baird, Steward of Argive. Once again, I am narrating this battle for the Phelddagrif, since Phelddagrif does not speak for himself, and all other participants have chosen to remain mute. I hope you enjoy this battle, as we do our best to repel the evil goblin army led by Zada Grinder. First draw is an island. We shall play the Meandering River and pass the turn.
My first draw is Crown of Doom. I shall put down a mountain and pass the turn.
Shall untap. Our draw is a forest. We play Croson Verge. And then we tap a single mana for the Soul Ring. And with that, we shall pass the turn.
My draw for this turn is Crimson Wisps. I put down another mountain. Then, tapping 2 mana, I play Iron Mirror and pass the turn.
We shall untap. Our draw is Kodama's Reach. We shall put down a Plains and pass the turn.
First I shall untap. My draw is Expedite. I shall play a mountain, and then, tapping 2 mana, I shall play Dragon Fodder, which creates 2 red goblin creature tokens.
Because fighting is easier than figuring out what else to do.
I opens me mouth to catch bugs.
Moving to combat, I swing with the Iron Mirror for 1 damage.
I can declare no blocks.
And pass it down.
I shall tap the Soul Ring and the Croson Verge, sacrificing it to fetch up a forest and a plains during your end step. Next I shall untap. My draw this turn is Tranquil Cove. I shall put down an island, and then I shall tap the appropriate mana for Mind Unbound and pass the turn.
First, I shall untap. Draw for the turn is Hanweir Garrison. I shall tap 3 mana for the Hanweir Garrison. Move into combat. I shall swing with the goblins and the Iron Mirror for 3 damage.
I again have no blockers. First I shall untap. Mind Unbound gets a lore counter on it. I shall draw 1 card for the lore counter, which is cast out, and my normal draw this turn is a snow-covered forest. I shall put down a forest, and then, tapping mana, I shall play Teferi's Moat, naming red. No red creatures can attack me, except if they have flyers.
Shall untap. This is very unfortunate. I have very few flyers. My draw is a mountain. Shall tap 2 mana for Impact Tremors. And pass the turn.
My lore counter rolls to 2. My 2 draws are Command Tower and Trophy Mage. My regular draw is Ether Gale. I put down a snow-covered forest. And then I shall tap the mana for Kodama's Reach. Searching up. 2 snow-covered forests which go into play tapped. Then I shall pay 3 mana for the Trophy Mage. And search up the Angel's Trumpet. I pay the mana for the Temple Bell. And pass the turn.
Shall untap. My draw is a mountain. Perhaps I can still win with Impact Tremors. I put down a mountain. Next, tapping 4 mana, I play Zada Hedron Grinder. This does 1 damage. Then tapping 3 mana, I play the Crown of Doom. And I pass the turn.
First I shall untap. I shall tap the Temple Bell and draw the Bident of Thassa.
My draw is Chaotic Strike.
Mind Unbound gets another lore counter. Then I shall draw 4 cards. Breeding Pool, Illusionist's Gambit, Evolving Wilds, and profound journey. I put the command tower onto the battlefield. Next, I shall tap the mana for the Angel's Trumpet. Then I shall cast the spell Cast Out, targeting the Impact Tremors. It gets exiled, and I place it underneath Cast Out. On end step, the Angel's Trumpet taps the Trophy Mage for 1 damage, and I pass the turn.
I don't believe this. Lost Impact Tremors, it was my only way to win. I draw this turn is Plague Mirror. Does me little good. I tap 2 mana for the spell Accelerate, hoping to search for an answer to that stupid Teferi's moat. Drawing me 5 cards, I get Rush of Adrenaline, a Mountain, Empty the Warrens, Reckless Charge, and another Mountain. I shall play a Mountain for my land for turn. And then, tapping additional mana, I play the Plague Mirror. Then the Angel's Trumpet triggers. 4 of my creatures did not attack, and they are tapped for damage. That's the turn.
First, I shall untap. Next, I shall tap the Temple Bell. We can draw a card. I get Respite.
My draw is a Slith Firewalker.
Mind Unbound gets another lore counter, and I draw 5 cards. Rewind. Seaside Citadel. Simic Guildgate. Propaganda. Traveler's Amulet. I shall put down the Simic Guildgate as my land for turn, and tap a mana for the Traveler's Amulet. Next, I tap the mana for the Bident of Thassa. Moving to combat, I shall attack with the Trophy Mage.
I have no blocks.
And I do 2 damage. The Bident of Thassa triggers, and I'm allowed to draw Sphere of Safety. Next, I shall tap the mana for the Sphere of Safety, and I count up how many enchantments I have on the battlefield. I have 5. Shall pass the turn.
Shall untap. I draw this turn is Krenko's command. I'll put down another mountain. I shall spend 2 mana for Chaotic Strike. I do not bother to flip the coins, since I cannot attack. But it allows me to draw 6 cards. I get Loyal Apprentice, a Mountain, Foundry of the Consuls, Thopter Engineer, Assault Strobe, Fists of the Anvil. None of them are Chaos Warp. I have to discard the hand size. 6 cards. And then, that's the turn. On end step, 4 of my creatures did not attack, and must tap to the Angel's Trumpet, giving me 4 damage. I will spend the mana to put Crown of Doom on my opponent. And I'm not so sure. I'll just say I never cast it. Put it in the graveyard as a discard.
I recall that I forgot to discard to hand size at the end of last turn. If you don't mind, I shall discard the cards Breeding Pool, Coastal Tower, and Evolving Wilds. Next, I shall place a lore counter. I shall draw Illusionist's Gambit, Dictate of Karametra, Selesnya Signet, Azorius Chancery, Dictate of Krufix, and the Hollowed Fountain. I shall play the Seaside Citadel, and tap the Soul Ring to put out the Selesnya Signet. Next, I shall tap the Selesnya Signet, as well as 3 other lands, to put out Phelddagrif. Moving to combat, I shall swing with the Trophy Mage, and pass the turn.
shall untap. And draw this turn is inner fire. Mana will not help me. Tap the Iron Mirror and play Crimson Wisps. Targeting Zada. Draw 2 mountains. Forward Hostility. Spawning Breath and Downhill Charge. Moving to end step, I'm forced to discard the hand size. I tap my mirror for mana which floats. 4 creatures remain untapped, and I take 4 damage to the Angel's Trumpet.
During your second main phase, I shall tap the mana for Dictate of Karametra, flashing it in. Then, all of my mana is doubled. I shall tap 3 forests, producing 6 green mana, and give you 6 hippos. On end step, Angel's Trumpet does 6 more damage to you.
Curse you, Phelddagrif.
I shall tap the Temple Bell. And my draw this turn is a Thornwood Falls.
My draw is Twin Flame.
Next I shall untap. Mind and Bound gets a lore counter. My draws are Sphere of Duty, Suture Priest, Keep Watch, Dictate of Krufix, Borrowing 100,000 Arrows, Simic Growth Chamber, and Rites of Flourishing. I shall tap 1 Plains for Suture Priest, and I put down the Thornwood Falls for my land for turn. Moving to combat, I swing with Phelddagrif and the Trophy Mage.
I declare no blocks, as I have no blockers.
And then, I tap all of my green mana, as well as the Selesnya Signet, producing 17 hippos.
Are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do with all these hippos? Curse you, Phelddagrif.
17 hippos land on your side of the battlefield. Suture Priest triggers, and you shall take 17 damage, putting you at -6, and victory shall be claimed by the Phelddagrif.
There you have it. Phelddagrif has taken the victory, and now the series is tied 1-1. My next video will be Zada Hedron Grinder versus Phelddagrif, and this will be the final winner-take-all. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I would like to mention that I am already at work on Commander Tilt 3. Commander Tilt 3 is going to be a 16-deck bracket-style competition, as well as a double elimination. Double elimination means if you lose your first game, you get dropped to a secondary bracket, and everybody in the secondary bracket has 1 loss. So then the winners keep on going ahead until they get to a basically 1 man standing left. The loser bracket keeps on going until they have 1 person standing left, or 1 deck in this case. And then the winner of the loser bracket fights the winner of the winner bracket. And if the winner bracket wins, then he's won. But if the loser bracket wins, then you do a whole nother set of 3, because then both of them have a single loss. I have a Patreon page. I would appreciate it if you visited it. And thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day. 2 storks are sitting in their nest, the father stork and the baby stork. The baby stork is crying, and father stork is trying to calm him. Don't worry, son. Your mother will come back soon. She's only bringing people's babies and making them happy. The next night, it's father's turn to do the job. Mother and son are sitting in the nest, and the baby stork is crying, and mother is saying, "Son, your father will be back as soon as possible, but now he's bringing joy to new mommies and daddies." A few days later, the stork's parents are desperate. Their son is absent from the nest all night. Shortly before dawn, he returns, and the parents ask him, "Where have you been all night, son?" And the baby stork says, "Nowhere, just scaring the heck out of some college students."